Yo, what's up? Welcome back to another episode of The Source. It's College Football Saturday, so I got another video for you. It feels like an ACC game, but technically it's not. We got Clemson versus Notre Dame. Let's go.
Welcome to The Source. The Source. Source. Hey, get the Source.
All right, Clemson on the road in South Bend. The line is Notre Dame plus 3.5. Early public is leaning Clemson, but look at the sharp money, 64% of the money on Notre Dame as of Monday morning. But check it out, the books have been taking Clemson action all week. Here we are on Friday night. The public is now heavy on Clemson, and the books eventually do react to it. We're looking at Notre Dame plus 4 now. So let's cap this game. If you subscribe to this channel, you already know the first step. We're running the numbers through the spreadsheet. According to the model, the line for this game should be Notre Dame plus 4.42. So a very, very slight lean on Clemson to really not a lean at all. So let's break this matchup down, and we're humming a whole different tune when it comes to Notre Dame football right now after that huge win over Syracuse. The Notre Dame Irish offensive line is buzzing. They rushed for 246 yards against the Orange last week. Now, if we were having this conversation a month ago, I would be like, I don't care what they did to Syracuse. No way they're going to run the ball in this Clemson defense. But the Clemson defense really hasn't looked like itself the past couple weeks. I mean, look at the Syracuse numbers. Syracuse was able to somewhat run the ball on Clemson, 124 yards rushing on 4.4 yards a carry. That's solid. And then Florida State the week before that, 206 rushing yards on 6.1 yards per carry. This is supposed to be one of the best defensive fronts in college football, and it really hasn't looked great the past couple games, and that's a problem because Notre Dame's offensive line is probably going to be the best unit Clemson's seen all year. There is a huge hole in this Notre Dame offense, though, a huge weakness with the Irish offense, arguably the most important position in sports, quarterback. Drew Pine just hasn't had it. It's actually kind of scary to think how good this Notre Dame team would be playing right now if they had a quarterback. But Drew Pine struggles. What it does do is allow Dabo Swinney to really load up against the run here on defense and force Drew Pine to make plays with his arm to win this game against Clemson. And that's a huge difference in this game for Clemson compared to their last two because they had to account for the pass with Jordan Travis and Garrett Schrader. Against Drew Pine, I mean, you could load up against the run. As long as you have a guy on Michael Mayer, there's really nothing that he's shown us that can beat you. So Notre Dame offense, badass offensive line, good elite physical rushing attack, questionable quarterback play. Where have I heard that before? Oh wait, that exactly describes the Clemson offense as well. I'm actually shocked that DJU is starting this game for Clemson. I mean, it seems pretty obvious to me that Cade Klubnik is the better guy for the job. I don't claim to know more about Clemson football than Dabo Swinney though. I would imagine that DJU is going to be on a short leash here. One thing I will say about DJU in this matchup, though, he has played Notre Dame before. He started as a freshman in the Trevor Lawrence COVID game, and it was one of the best games of his career. He threw for 439 yards, 2 touchdowns, and ran for a touchdown. It truly was probably the best game of his, well, maybe the Wake Forest game a few weeks ago, but either the best or the second best game of his entire career. Now, regardless of who's playing quarterback, something that should scare the shit out of you if you're a Clemson fan is what Notre Dame's defense just did to the Syracuse rushing attack. Orange last week had 25 carries for just 61 yards, 2.4 yards per carry against this Irish defense. That is alarming. Because even though Clemson's offense is definitely more talented than Syracuse's, they still rely heavily on the run game, especially with DJU at quarterback. And if Notre Dame takes the running back out of it and DJU is forced, kind of just same thing I just said about Notre Dame, if DJU is forced to make plays with his arm, we could see Cade Klubnik really early in this game. Now, one thing I need to say about Cade Klubnik, to be fair, we've only seen him late in the game when he comes in after DJU's played 3 quarters or 2.5 quarters or whatever. We don't know what he would, he looks great. He looks like the next Trevor Lawrence, but we don't know what he would look like as the starter playing 10, 11, 12 consecutive drives when the defense really have a chance to get a look at him. I wanted to throw that in there because it might be unfair to criticize DJU when we haven't seen Klubnik in that role yet. So for all we know, Klubnik could be named the starter and then struggle as well. Overall, there's definitely some question marks in this game. This is definitely not one of the most valuable games on the board, but I'm not betting on Drew Pine. Plain and simple. I don't care about laying points on the road. I'm not betting on Drew Pine. Give me Clemson -4. Let's lock that in. If anything changes with this pick, I'll let you know on Twitter, so give me a follow there if you're interested. Also, if you want the final college football tickets that I do, bet of the day, parlay of the day, top 7 bets, underdogs of the day, that kind of stuff, head over to KyleKirms.com or download the Sauce Network app. College football Saturday, week 10. We need a good one. We just had a bad Saturday. We followed it up with a good NFL Sunday. We had a bad college football Saturday. We need a rebound. Let's have a good one. I'll talk to you on Twitter.